Everybody in this world needs food. Just like what famous chef James Beard said, food is our common ground, universal experience. Jakarta, as the capital of Indonesia, is the center of everything. It is the center of governance, economy, and also culture. People of various backgrounds from all over the country come to stay in the capital for their career, to try their luck and start a business. They reach in the variety of foods in Jakarta by bringing each region's authentic food, introducing it to the people in Jakarta while taking a part in the economy wheel. And for you who are in Jakarta but craving for some East Javanese food, we recommend you to go to around Bintaro Pesanggerahan, South Jakarta. There you will find a small restaurant offering authentic Lamongan East Java food. As the clock ticks closer to 7, Cak Trisno gets ready to open his restaurant. The staff are also busy arranging and preparing the ingredients they are going to cook and serve, so that when it's 7 o'clock, they can welcome and serve their customers. Well, this simple restaurant sells traditional food from Lamongan, East Java.
My name is Ida. I'm from Gresik. I like this food here because he is from Lamongan and he knows how to make the real taste of tahu campur from Lamongan. So the taste is really like the real taste of tahu campur, and I can find this in Jakarta.
Cak Trisno wandered to Jakarta from Lamongan in 1994. At that time, he tried his luck by working on his friend's food stall. Until 2007, after he's married and got his own family, he decided to open his own business by selling tahu campur originally from Lamongan. With his savings, Cak Trisno started with a stall on the side of the road. There's a reason Cak Trisno chose to sell tahu campur. It was to continue the tahu campur business started by his father back in Surabaya.
Kita kepingin mandiri. Itu kan saya udah nikah soalnya, kepingin mandiri, kepingin buka warung sendiri untuk kehidupan keluarga saya. Jadi ya kedepannya saya kepingin lebih baik lagi.
Luckily, his food business went well. Even though it's only a small stall by the street, Cak Trisno had a lot of frequent customers. They had various backgrounds, including celebrities who visited to have a taste on his recipes. Two of them were Andra from the band Dewa 19 and Ari Lasso. Both came from East Java. As the time went by, Cak Trisno saved some of his earnings, and 5 years later, he's able to rent a place. Still at the same place as his previous stall, but now in a building by the place he used to open his stall. He actually planned to just buy the place, but he got rejected by the owner. However, he's fallen in love with the location and he's reluctant to move away. He could just hope that time helps the owner to change their mind and he can own the place.
Ya alhamdulillah kita berjalan dari awal sampai sekarang ini, alhamdulillah saya udah lebih maju, alhamdulillah berkat doa orang tua juga. Jadi ya tambah alhamdulillah tambah meningkat.
Cak Trisno's real name is Sutrisno. He uses the nickname Trisno and adding Cak in front of it as a branding of his own. Cak means older brother in the East Javanese accent. And this is the story of tahu campur Cak Trisno's birth. Tahu campur itself is a traditional food from Lamongan. A plate of tahu campur consists of tofu or tahu served with other condiments such as bean sprouts, lettuce, cassava cake, noodles, petis, which is a fermented fish paste, and beef broth. The kitchen here is purposely placed in the center of the restaurant. Around it are tables circling the kitchen. Customers can sit and watch as their orders were made. Now get ready, because we're going to watch how tahu campur Cak Trisno is served. First, place some petis on a plate. Place enough bean sprouts before the lettuce. Then add some sliced cassava cake. Top them with fried tofu and noodles. Lastly, add chips over everything. Then, the highlight of the dish, pour the beef soup along with the chunks of meat and fat into the plate. The soup itself is a broth made of beef tendon meat boiled with a mix of spices, including galangal, lemongrass, lime leaf, and etc. The meat and fat that are cooked in the correct way will create a tender meat with an even more rich and deep broth combined with the spices to complete the dish. When the broth meets petis and the other condiments, it is the perfect mixture of taste. For some, it is the taste of home they have been longing for.
Dan untuk mencari tahu campur seperti ini susah. Jadi kita dulu pernah ada di Ciledug sebentar tapi sudah nggak ada lagi. Sudah nggak ada lagi, nggak tahu bangkrut atau memang sepi.
Many of Cak Trisno's customers love the petis he uses for his tahu campur dish. It is indeed was brought directly from Surabaya, East Java. Cak Trisno then finished the petis base by adding salt, brown sugar, and the other seasonings. Let's watch how Cak Trisno perfects his petis. The first step is to boil a mixture of salt, brown sugar, and a little bit of flavoring in the water. As the water boils, mix petis with some water to make it less thick. Use mixer so that the petis and water became one. Pour the petis to the boiling mixture. Stir until it's boiling. Once everything is well mixed, crush fried garlic with your hands over the mixture. Stir well. The fried garlic minimizes the pungent smell of petis. Some people hate the smell of petis. They find it unappetizing. But fried garlic will cover the smell into something mouth-watering. This is why Cak Trisno's customers loves his petis. It is savory and addicting. With just one bowl of tahu campur, you will get the complete nutrition you need: carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, fiber, and others, with only 20,000 rupiahs or less than $1.05. This ordinary restaurant doesn't only serve Lamongan's tahu campur. They also have other tofu-based dishes such as tahu telur and tahu tek-tek. The two dishes are alike, but there are some differences in the serving. Now let's order some tahu telur and watch how they make it. Firstly, peel and cut some lontong to a plate. Lontong is rice that is cooked inside a roll of banana leaves for around 2 hours. Secondly, cut also some fried tofu and fried potato over the lontong. Add bean sprouts. Whisk some eggs and make an omelette. Cut it to pieces and place it to the plate as well. Then pour the peanut sauce made with a little bit of patis. Add more bean sprouts and chips as the finishing. Everyone has their own way to enjoy it. Some eat the condiments one by one, some just mix everything together. All combined create a savory, sweet, and perfect delicacy. In selling foods, taste is indeed the most important thing. But to make the food sell well, there are other factors, including choice of location. Choosing a strategic location for your business is important to make it success. Just like Cak Trisno's, which is located at Jalan RC Veteran Bintaro, South Jakarta, right in front of Dr. Suyoto Hospital. This street is pretty crowded in the weekend, even more in the weekdays, because it is the main street that connects Jakarta and South Tangerang, Banten. The restaurant stands just by the road. It is in line with other restaurants that'll make it easier to find. The combination of a good food in a good location results in the never-ending customers visiting the restaurant. Time passed and more customers came. They didn't come by themselves. Mostly, they took their friends and families. Then, Cak Trisno decided to add more menu. Dishes that are already well known and liked by people in general in Indonesia.
Kepingin saya ngisi makanan berat, ada nasinya. Jadi saya menu itu soto itu. Soto kan makanan nasional, semua orang mau, anak kecil mau, sama orang gede bisa mau.
Yes, soto ayam Lamongan can be said the most famous Lamongan dish in Indonesia and even internationally. It suits the palates of most people regardless of their background. So if there's any of you who are yet to try Lamongan food, Soto Lamongan is the best choice to start your journey. The golden soup, rich with spices such as ginger, turmeric, coriander, lemongrass, and other spices. This mixture of spices is boiled with chicken, then served with the other condiments, such as glass noodle, egg, and the others. Don't you feel your mouth watering just by imagining it? Wait a second. Let's watch how Soto Ayam Lamongan is served. Put some thinly sliced cabbage into a bowl, add glass noodle, then sliced chicken, and chopped coriander, fried garlic, hard-boiled egg, and at the top, add koya. Koya is what makes Soto Lamongan special. It is made of grinded shrimp chips and fried garlic. At last, and the most important, a shower of golden savory soup over everything. Soto Lamongan is usually served with lime and sambal or chili sauce. You can add the two according to your taste. The combination of spiced chicken broth with the koya powder is so perfect, it creates something soothing for your tongue. It is savory, refreshing, warm, and tasty. Yes, those are the keywords for a mouthful of soto Lamongan. If you want it to be filling, eating soto Lamongan with rice or lontong is the answer. This satisfying chicken soup only cost you 15,000 rupiahs or around $1. There are various dishes in Cak Tresno's menu, from snacks to heavy meals. If you want to taste them, you can come for breakfast, lunch, or even dinner, as they are open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., even in the middle of this pandemic. Although most people are afraid to go out of their house in the beginning of the pandemic, and there are a lot of food business that decided to stop operating, Cak Tresno kept his business open. He opened to provide food for people who didn't have time to prepare by themselves and for those who couldn't cook. But as most of his customers usually came to eat in his restaurant, his sales dropped drastically in the beginning of the pandemic. The government's regulation that banned dine-in and only allowed takeout and delivery caused it. Cak Tresno's menus are indeed available in online delivery apps such as GoFood and GrabFood. But still his customers preferred dine-in, so it didn't sold as much as before the pandemic.
Pertama kali ada pandemi, penjualan sangat turun banget. Lebih dari 50%. Soalnya kan orang pertama nggak ada yang berani keluar gitu ya.
Cak Tresno runs his restaurant with his wife and 4 employees. There aren't any specific work division between them. They cover each other. When one's preparing the food, then the other writes down the order. Another as the cashier, and other takes other customers' order. But of course, Cak Tresno is the main cook and he is responsible for the flavor of their foods. All of Cak Tresno's employees are from his hometown, Lamongan. This is not baseless. Not only that they grow with the food they are serving, but they also communicate well with the customers. Cak Tresno's customers are mostly Javanese. They love to enjoy their food while talking with Javanese owners. For them, it feels like home. That's why you'll feel the East Javanese atmosphere more when you dine in the restaurant. Because the restaurant employees talk in Javanese with their customers, it creates a warm and friendly atmosphere. Not only from the yellow paint in the wall, but also from the interaction happening in the restaurant. Most of the customers here are frequents. Even some know Cak Tresno since when he worked in the other restaurant. Pak Suharmadi and his family, for instance, is one of Cak Tresno's frequent customer. Every time he goes past by Jalan RC Veteran, he always spares his time to stop by and eat in the restaurant.
Makan di sini sudah tidak pernah terhitung lagi. Pokok mau lewat tol, kita masih mampir dulu ya untuk bekal di jalan tol. Jadi dari rumah dipersiapkan untuk tidak makan dulu. Jadi baru kali ini saya 2, biasanya 3, 2,5 porsi. Ada rawon, ada tahu campur, kadang setengahnya nggak pakai nasi.
To fulfill customers' demand to have more foods in the menu, Cak Trisno prepares 5 dishes in his restaurant. Aside from tahu campur, tahu tek-tek, tahu telur, and soto ayam, he also adds rawon in the menu. The East Javanese dish is well known for its black soup. It is made of beef broth that is boiled 4 hours with various kinds of Indonesian spices. Sit tight in front of your screen because we're going to see the cooking process of Black Beauty rawon. Firstly, boil some meat in a boiling water, then add the mixture of rawon's black spices. Add lime leaves, bay leaves, ginger, and lemongrass. Let it boil 4 hours until all the spices are mixed well in the broth and absorbed in the meat. Now you might be wondering where the black color came from. Well, the spices including red chili, garlic, coriander, galangal, and what makes it black is kluwek. Kluwek is the main spices in rawon. It gave out the exotic black color, and it also richened the distinct savory taste and aroma of rawon. Moreover, it is a natural food preservative. Remember to cut the meat into bite size when it's half cooked, and then put it back into the boiling soup. This is to make the meat absorb the spices more easily. And the result is tender, flavorful, bite-sized meat. A serving of rawon is usually topped with bean sprouts, chopped spring onion, fried shallots, and salted egg as a side dish. Stirring everything together until everything is mixed well before devouring it is very recommended. The tender beef and spices creates savory havoc in your mouth. Just a hint of sourness and sweetness in it makes it even more perfect. No wonder that this dish was chosen as the most delicious soup dish in Asia by Taste Atlas last year in 2020. This mouth-watering food only cost you 22,000 rupiahs or $1.53. For people who came from East Java or East Javanese foodholic, rawon is very special. Not only for its flavor, but also the story behind it. People say that this dish used to be the dish of commoners before the royal family found out and favored the dish. Now, this Indonesian dish is loved by everyone. Even its deliciousness is approved internationally.